fuck's going on, guys? Coming at you from the wheelchair. But no, that's a whole nother story. I am paralyzed though, so just a little bit of motivation. You know how we can do shit. Fucking, it don't matter if we walk, we can't walk, whatever. Today, what we're doing is, I have a 2008 Polaris trailboss 330. You gotta hit it too hard. The chain skipping. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to change the if I say fucking any more times. But we're gonna change the sprocket so the chain will stop slipping. First thing to keep in mind though is if you see the teeth will start rounding off. Alright, and I'll show you on the one down there, but I'm just showing you right now this. And when they start rounding a little bit, it'll cause your chain to slip, and it will make a horrible noise. I'll try to replicate that noise, but you can tell pretty visibly when they're rounded. But to keep in mind before you order it, you want to count your teeth. Alright, 1, 2. But no, you want to count your teeth like this one right there. It says right on it, it has a number 12, and that's showing that there's 12 teeth. So and you gotta keep in mind that because like there's 11 teeth, 12 teeth, 13 teeth, and if you get the wrong teeth, well, they're not gonna fit in your mouth right. But that's a bad joke. But no, your chain ain't gonna fit right. So what I did is I think I took like a Sharpie and I just marked off one and then counted all the way around. I got the 12 teeth model. I'm not really sure if different trail bosses have different, I don't know. I don't know what varies and what determines the different teeth. I just know mine's 12, and I know that you need to count yours before you do it, or you're going to have to get a different chain, whatever, so forth. But this is going to kind of go for pretty much all four-wheelers. They're all pretty much the same thing. So, to start, what you're going to want to do, we're going to want to assess our situation. Alright, and we're going to see what you need. Now, this is also going to kind of go in, oh shit. The quad's rolling away, my chair's rolling away. So, yeah, as you know, well, you don't know, but I'm actually paralyzed. I can't walk. I'm partially paralyzed. I mean, my legs can move, but I can't walk on them. It was an accident that happened 4 months ago, but I'll tell that in a different story. This is just showing, though, that, hey, you can do anything from anywhere, anyhow. But that's not what this is about. This is a tutorial on a four-wheeler. So, what we're going to need to do is, it's going to be the same process if, like, you're tightening up your chain. Because actually, what you got to loosen up your chain in order to get your front sprocket off. Your front sprocket is that guy right there. You can kind of see, I mean, it almost looks completely round. So, we're going to assess. Everything's rolling away. I better put my brakes on. And you're going to want to see what you need. So, first, you're going to loosen up your axle. So, right there, I'm pretty sure that we got a 16, so you need to loosen them guys up. So, grab what you need there. And then, you see how this is kind of like a nut. So, yeah, so you can see on your axle, you kind of have your axle housing here. You got like kind of like a big nut. You're just going to want like a big pair of like 440 channel locks. Or anything to kind of get a good grip on there and turn it. Because that's what's actually going to pull your axle backwards. And let your tension come off of your chain. Alright, so we know we need those. You need to loosen your axle clamps. Terminology is probably not correct, but that's whatever. You get the gist. Alright. So we're going to need those, and you need something to turn your axle. Alright, you come up front here, hold on. Get the fucking wheelchair to fucking move. Dragging my fucking foot down there. That's alright, we don't need them. Alright, and then, I know mine just held on with a snap ring. So you just need a pair of snap ring pliers. If you don't have a pair of snap ring pliers, I mean, you can probably just take like a metal coat hanger. Stick it in them holes and then a pair of pliers, but you see, and as you can see, how they're starting to round off, like they're damn near down to nothing. That's how you know. Okay, chains are loose, but yeah, so snap ring pliers. So we're gonna grab our tools and we will fucking regroup. And then I also got a jack too, just to kind of make it a little bit easier. You don't really need a jack. But, we're going to jack it up just to make it a little bit easier. So, jack, whatever. I'll show you tools, we'll get back to it. Alright, so now that we're on it, I'm actually going to show you what to hear. So, see, Alright, you see that noise right there? That is actually the chain slipping. And yeah, once we do that and we tighten it back up, it will no longer do that. Now, if you ease into it, it won't do that. And that's another way that you can tell that it is the chain. I mean, or you can have somebody look at it. Like, you can physically see it. It's kind of hard for me to do that. But you can tell just by looking at the sprocket that that's what it is. But whatever. Let's get our tools and we'll get back to it. Alright, so we're back. We got our tools all here. The camera won't focus. Like I said, you got your 440s, your channel locks, or any type of big pliers just to spin that axle. Got a pair of snap ring pliers, adjustable snap rings. There we go. If you can't tell, I'm kind of a snap-on fanboy. You know, I like paying overpriced for tools. But hey, they last. I'm also, I'm a GM certified auto technician, so I do have the skills to tell you, well, I guess this ain't a fucking car, but whatever. I have lots of tools. I'm a snap-on fanboy. Whatever. I should probably be a camera fanboy because this thing don't want to work, too. Alright, so we got our 16, 17, 18 of our wrenches. You got your 3/8 socket. And yeah, that's all we need. Let's get to it. Alright, so first we're gonna start by jacking up our quad. I do have something blocking the front wheel so that way she doesn't decide to go wander wherever she wants to. Typical women, just wander off. You don't want to go on your actual axle though, because that's what we're gonna be kind of pulling back and pushing forward in order to loosen up our chain, and then to retighten it. You don't even need to do this step, honestly. I'm only doing it though because my axle's not wanting to push back like it's supposed to. So when I'm loosening it, I'm actually gonna take a hammer and I'm just gonna kind of beat it back a little bit. So this is an unnecessary step, but if you have a newer quad, or one that you haven't adjusted a bunch, whatever, you don't need to. We're gonna anyways. So just get it like that, make sure your drag's nice and tight, but if you don't know how to use a jack, you probably shouldn't even be using one in the first place, so. I can't teach you, oh, and always wear your safety guards, but see I got mine on. You just can't see them. They're the new invisible model. Jack it up, make sure it's fucking sturdy, it ain't going nowhere. Alright, so first we're gonna start by taking our swig. So as you can see, I kind of gotta crawl around a little bit, but just a quick little backstory. I have a spinal cord injury. And it happened before, like 5 months ago. I used to be walking. I used to work in a shop on cars. Like you said, I mentioned I'm GM certified auto tech. That's just a label. I'm a fucking mechanic. I've been doing it my whole life. But up until 5 months ago, and now I can't walk, but that ain't gonna slow us down. So first you're gonna want to loosen up your axle. Alright, I said axle. You can loosen up your on your own time. That's kind of funny. Alright, so come on, yeah, but you got like a good clear shot? Are you close on it? And keep in mind, my videos are not gonna be pretty and edited and whatever. I am in a wheelchair. Yeah, I am very good with computers. That's actually what my channel used to be about, but it's hard sitting there. So this is going to be straight to the point. You need to know how to do something. We're come here and we're going to learn how to do it. I do appreciate everybody's support. This is my, I am revamping my YouTube channel. This, starting with this, and it's just kind of going to be my journey of getting better, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do things, because I kind of do a little bit of everything. So yeah, so first, we're going to want to loosen up our axle. So you can just start by, once you get it started though, your top bolt's your bolt itself is probably gonna spin. So now that's where we can come into these guys, grab our little socket. That's what I was doing there. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I guess this is the set. All right, so you don't need to take them all the way off. You just really need to loosen them, because all they do is they tighten down their clamps for their axles to stop it from, moving forward or backwards. So just get your wrench on top, give it a little loosen. You can see your band will actually start to loosen up. Once your band is loosened, that's good. You ain't gotta take it away. I mean, you can if you really want, but you don't have to. It's just an unnecessary step. Mine are actually different sizes. Normally they're all 16s on these Polarises, but I actually had to replace one of the bolts. So now mine's a little bit different, but and yeah, before you tell me, oh, you should not be using that manual torque in the elbow. I've been doing it for years. I even do a little bump torque method sometimes. See, that one's not. See, this is where the problem is down here. Honestly, on this side, that band's not wanting to loosen up really. That bolt is tight as fuck. Well, this wasn't like 2018. Can we skip to the good part? And it's just done, huh? Oh, we gotta do the work. Alright, so this one's loosened up a little bit. You can kind of do a little taparoo. Obviously, maybe with a hammer. Yours will probably loosen up. See? Oh yeah, see how the axle's all loosened up in there now? That's what we want. Now our chain can kind of do whatever it wants. Now you're gonna want to grab your chain locks. Little fun fact: these are actually made in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. So you just want to get on there, go down the tooth. All right, and find whatever way it loosens that chain. See how it's loosening up? Get that girl nice and loose. Once you're able just to kind of do whatever, maybe a little bit more looser, yeah. Just need to say the vocabulary channel, huh? See, now if you keep going, sometimes it will actually re-tighten, but that doesn't matter. We got it what we need to do. We can pull it off on the front. Yeah, pause that. Alright, so we're gonna get up here to the other side. Like I said, my legs don't work the best, so I gotta crawl. Well, they work, but they don't. But also on this channel, we're kind of gonna show my recovery as well, as inspiration. I need help from you guys, and maybe I can help inspire somebody else. I mean, when I got out of surgery, I was only able to wiggle my left toes. And just from consistent doing stuff like this, working out, just kind of going through everyday life and not letting it hold me down. Don't get me wrong, I get depressed. I get very depressed, actually, sometimes. But just from keeping going and trying to go, I have gotten stronger. And anything is possible if you put your mind to it. There's some inspiration. Alright, so try to get up and on that guy. Can you see it? Well, obviously my hand's in the way right now, but alright. So we remove our chain from the front. And oh yeah, see how round that guy is? And also how he's loose, and that's what you don't want. That's what's causing it. In fact, hell, them teeth are almost non-existent. That's almost a round wheel now. So now you're going to want to take your snap ring pliers. And there's a little snap ring on there. You got a good view of that guy? Oh yeah, perfect. Fudge, yeah. Alright. Trying to get in there so that way you guys can still see as well. Alright, Yeah, we're gonna try to go to it from the top. Alright, so you got little pulls in there. You just put your snap rings in there. Give it a squeeze, that guy will come off. Alright. There's your little snap ring. Be careful when you easily let it go, or that girl will spring and it will fly and it will hit you in the face. Not every time, but it will. Put that somewhere handy. Just start right there. Seriously, you'll keep it up because, I mean, you don't want to lose it. Alright, and then after that, your front sprocket will come off. Alright, keep in mind which way it is. On ours, our lip is facing inside. Alright, let's count our teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. 12 teeth. Yeah, we'll go grab that other one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Jeez, oh, man. What? Why does that look? Wow. There's no way. That looks a lot. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, so yes, that is very worn down. Holy shit. Ooh, I think. Alright, hold on. Wow. Yeah, that is very worn. Alright. A new one on there. Now we just gotta reinstall our snap ring. It's best to preload it before you get there. Kind of give it a squeeze. If you give it a squeeze, it won't come off. Just be careful not to hit it on anything on your way up, or then it will come off. Alright. Put it on. Make sure you kind of give it a push. You want to give it a spin to make sure it spins freely, because then that's how you know it's in its slot. And now with that, well, we are good to go. Alright. Call it a day. Have fun. Alright, so now you want to get your chain back up there. It's probably going to be a little bit harder now for us because, well, that guy was pretty worn down. We might have to go a little bit looser. Alright, so what you can do is if you just kind of start it, as long as you're on the back still, kind of give it a little, well, you gotta get it started fully. No, that's not working. If you actually get it on a tooth out, a couple teeth, and then you give it a spin, it'll walk itself back on the rest of the way. See, like right there, bam. Alright. I'm not giving you guys all the tips and tricks. So that one's on the house. Alright, so now we got that there. Take it to the old vape. Look at the size difference of those though. Like, that's insane. That's from 08. And lots of hard use. Fun fact, I actually rolled this. Me and my daughter rolled this for a couple months ago, whatever.
Yeah, about a month ago.
It's not really a fun fact, but looking back, it was fun now. Now that we're alright. Alright, so, and now see, now right there is about right where you want it, but we're not obviously going to do that. So, that's why I got it on the drag, so that way I can kind of walk it where it needs to be. Now, when you turn it, it'll do that on its own. Wow, that's why we've been having trouble getting it tight, though, because it's been so loose. Now, you want to turn your axle, till your chain's tight. Alright. Now right there, it's too tight. You want to go back just a hair. You want to have a little bit of play. They actually say, I think that you should have like, I think it's like an inch up and down play. But you're probably about like that. Because when your suspension goes down, your chain tightens up. So we're going to leave it right about there. Alright, in fact, actually, we're going to go just a hair tight, I've noticed. Now, you may have to keep readjusting this because, you know, go back and do it another time. I'm going to go just a little bit tighter for mine because mine likes to loosen up as I'm tightening it. So we're going to keep it like right tight. All right, and now you want to just retighten up your axle. Your asshole. It really sounds like I'm saying that every time. Alright, so we need a 16. I don't know, why do we have 14 now? What the fuck's that? It must have fell off.
I don't know, you were picking up random ones. I won't put it. You were grabbing them.
Oh. Alright, that's the one that's a 17 right there. So this is the one. So Citra. Like I said, they were all 16s at one point. Gonna leave that girl right there. If you have to, if you feel it's starting to loosen up, kind of just hold back on your tire like I just did. But see, that's probably perfect. Get the other side. We're trying 17. Oh, never mind. That's my 18. What the fuck am I doing? Man, I don't know how many F's are allowed in these videos, but I think I exceeded it. I'm gonna edit some of them out. What the f am I doing? What the f? Just beep them out manually. What the f? Alright, flip the socket right wrench. Smash your fingers. It's part of the tutorial, by the way. You ain't smashing your fingers at least once a day. What the f are you doing? Alright, and now you want these fairly tight. Yes, I am aware. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got my wrench stuck. That's how you do that. I'm not held responsible if you break your tools, though. That's not my fault. And as I was saying, I am aware though that the manual torque of them cordless ratchets, you can't quite get them as tight. Now my upper body is still as strong as it's always been, so you know you don't have to worry about, oh well, you know, he can't get it tight enough. Well, because I can. That's why it's still loose. Anyways, you want to get these fairly tight though, because this is what holds your axle. Alright, so we got it nice and tightened up. And you can see there's no play in there. Alright, you can see our train seems a little tight, but it's about right. When you sit and put weight on the wheeler and suspension goes down, it'll actually loosen up a little bit. So we're gonna try that. Last step, obviously, since you're right here, you just want to grab yourself a little bit of used oil or something and just oil your chain up. It's best to always keep your chains oiled. They will limit braking, wear, whatever. Alright, and now that will conclude it. We got our wheeler back down, everything's nice and tight. You can see that your chain it has, I don't know, that's about where you want it. You don't want it loose. You want it so that way it spins nice, and I got the wheels chalked up, but kind of just make sure it spins nice and freely. If it seems like it's binding up when you ride it, you're going to want to go back and loosen it up. So, play. Alright, and now with that being said, we got our wheeler. That was a tutorial on how to do your front sprocket. Like I said, it's fairly the same for all of them. I mean, maybe a little bit different here and there, but it's pretty much the same. So with that being said, yeah, thank you for your support. I appreciate. Maybe I can help you. You guys can help me. Like, subscribe, smash that damn subscribe button. I need all the followers I can get, and let's just continue on with this journey and go at life. Tips and Tricks by KCB WYT, baby, in a wheelchair now. Alright.